Hello friends, this is the Successful Investor Club, the place where we invest and do not speculate. In today's video, we are going to talk about deflation and the positives and negative aspects of this economic principle. If you like these animations, subscribe to the channel and like the video. And let's help more people become financially literate. Deflation is the opposite of inflation and comes from the word deflate, which means decline. During a deflation, prices of various assets fall, wages also fall, while the purchasing power of our money rises. Although it sounds like a bad thing, deflation also has many good qualities that help every single person. Deflation forms in three different cases. In the first case, deflation is formed when prices of various assets start to crash down, like real estate or stocks, for example. These crashes are always preceded by prolonged periods of growth. If there is a great deflationary spiral, then the best investment decision is to have your money in cash. Because contrary to inflation, in deflationary times, the purchasing power of your money or the real value of the money rises. So as prices of various products and assets fall, you can buy more of them, which is good for you, but only if you have cash reserves. In times of a deflation, the risk of bankruptcies is greater, as fear increases and people start spending less money. And when less money is spent, the growth and earnings of different companies fall. In addition, as the risk rises, interest rates on lending also rise. Therefore, the debt accumulated so far is becoming even more expensive, and many of those companies that didn't calculate these factors correctly go bankrupt. Consequently, when these companies go bankrupt, people lose their jobs, start spending even less, and then this reflects on other people and businesses, just like a game of dominoes. When job opportunities fall, wages also fall because many people are willing to work for less in order to get the job. And as wages go down, the overall prices of all other products also go down, as there is less to spend. This again is a positive for someone who has a lot of cash reserves, as he can then buy more products for the same amount. Hence, the purchasing power of his money has gone up. Only two things can help in such a situation. Either the central banks start printing money or they reduce the prime interest rate. Thus, credits become cheaper. Then people start taking more loans. This increases spending and helps deflation to turn into inflation. Or in other words, prices begin to appreciate. Both of these things artificially stimulate the economy and prevent the free markets from dictating developments. Imagine a central bank playing the role of a firefighter. The fire starts, then they come, print away a bunch of money, and then they leave. But this is not how a free market works, and this is not true capitalism. The crashes themselves are necessary and useful. In such times, old, poorly functioning businesses go bankrupt, and new, much more efficient businesses take their place. Momentarily, it may be awful, but in the long run, these collapses are helpful because the old dies and the new, better, more efficient businesses come and make our lives better. Imagine an economy as a forest. It grows, but at some point, something terrible happens. A forest fire, for example, comes and burns the whole thing down. But then from the ashes, a new, much more stronger, much richer and much healthier forest will grow. As it is in nature, so it is in economics. The free forces must be allowed to dictate what is happening. And because all of the central banking interventions, the essence of true capitalism disappears. Artificially, businesses are kept alive, fueled by cheap and easy credits. The moment the cycle turns, these businesses will turn to ashes. The second case in which deflation forms is as productivity goes up. When a business becomes more productive, it figures out how to save time and resources. It becomes more efficient and profitable. This is reflected in the fall of prices for the product or services that this business offers. As companies reduce their prices, they can target more people. The third case in which deflation occurs is by having technological improvements. But this scenario is connected to increasing productivity, since technological improvements lead to an increase in productivity, which leads to a decrease in product prices, hence deflation. The last time we had a serious and sharp increase in global deflation was in 1929, the period known as the Great Depression. At some point in 2007 and 2008, America saw inflation of about 0% and momentarily even reached a deflationary turning point. But the system managed to save itself thanks to the interventions made by the central banks. But as history shows us, central banks have their limits, and the question is, have we reached that limit? Write down in the comment section, what do you think? Have we reached that tipping point, or are we far from it? I also want to remind you to like the video if you haven't already, and I want also to thank you for watching until the end. Goodbye and see you soon.